The Mariners win a third straight game against the Texas Rangers 7-0. This is a Mariners NW Sportscast post-game show. The Mariners, 3 straight wins after losing Thursday against the Rangers, and it's all in the City Connect uniforms. So many good things to love about this baseball game. And the first thing that just stands out is George Kirby. 7 innings of one-hit ball, 0 walks. Are you kidding me? This guy is from a different planet. George Kirby looked like the best player in baseball today, and Kirby continuously shows throughout his entire career that he steps up when the Mariners need it the most. Every time there's a big game, Kirby is right there to perform. In my mind, he's your number one guy to go to if you make the playoffs. Kirby's problem has been those random Wednesday matinee games against the A's in the Coliseum, where he gives up 6 runs. That's Kirby's problem. When Kirby needs to go out there, he does. And my goodness, just everything was working. The control was there. He was dotting up every single edge of the plate. He wasn't aside to go inside, outside with his fastball. He loved using every single pitch he had in his arsenal. The slider was working, the changeup. George Kirby just dominant. And that's the thing that stood out to me the most. But the second thing that stood out to me the most was Mr. Mitch Garver. There was a lot of great offense today for the Mariners. 14 hits? That's right. The Mariners had 14 hits today. This is still the 2024 Seattle Mariners, folks. 14 hits. And Mitch Garver accounted for 3 of them, along with 3 RBIs and a home run. The big 3-run shot that really got the Mariners off on the right foot. They put the pedal to the metal and never let the Rangers even sniff the Mariners for the rest of the game. And that was all due to Mitch Garver. 2 outs, Justin Turner gets on, Randy gets on, and then Garver sends one into left field. He absolutely crushed the baseball. Just his 3rd 3-hit game, and it's so good to see Mitch Garver get going in the catcher position. Getting value from the catcher position when Cal Raleigh isn't playing, I mean, it is so huge. It is one of the most important things, the most underlooked things a baseball team needs, is that backup catcher position. And the fact that Mitch Garver can do that and play DH, if he can just be half as good as he was today from here on out, he would be one of your best hitters. So it's crazy to see Mitch Garver finally contribute. It's like, oh my goodness. I mean, we're reaching mid-September here. The harvest is about to be cut down, folks. That random vegetable that you've been growing in your back garden for the last 4 months since April, and you're like, when is this thing meant to start growing? Finally, you see the first signs of a tomato growing. You say, it's still a green tomato, but I'm just happy to see something other than leaves. Because Mitch Garver finally is producing. Santa Maria. It's so good to see. But pretty much everyone contributed today. Victor Robles, he had 3 hits, 3 for 4, 9-game on-base streak. He's reached 25 times in those 9 games. He's been your best player in the last 9 games after really struggling for about the month before that and then being your best player since he joined the team since that point. So you had about a month of Victor Robles being your best player, then you had a month of him being really bad, and now you've had 9 games where he's been your best player once again. However, he did leave the game, so prayers up to Victor Robles. Hopefully that is nothing serious, because he left the game in the 7th inning, kind of hobbled off, so that would be really bad if Robles is unable to finish the season out, because at this point I think your season kind of hinges on Robles being good. Luke Raley, he goes 1 for 1, comes in and pinch hits for Victor Robles, so your right field position, 4 hits in total. Great stuff there. Unfortunately, Julio, not a great day after having back-to-back home run games. He then goes 0 for 4. He does come up with a sac fly in the bottom of the 8th, but didn't matter too much. Would have liked to see a hit there, just to keep the mental psyche going that Julio, I think, relies on so heavily. I think Julio, when he thinks he's the best baseball player in the world. He is the best baseball player in the world. But when he's kind of hesitant, when he's in his head, when he doesn't know the difference between a fastball and a changeup, what's up from down, he doesn't have a game plan, he really struggles. But Julio Rodriguez, I'm still loving what he's been bringing to the ball club as of late. He's now hitting .263 on the year. So you can say whatever you want, but Julio's been arguably your best player this year. And this might be the absolute floor for Julio. I don't see it getting any worse. I really don't. So the fact that he still is bringing .263 numbers in the 3-hole right now, playing center field for you, good on the base path, some of the best defensive play I've ever seen, you kind of say, all right, maybe he's not a superstar, but Julio is going to be a consistently great player for you throughout his whole career. Going to Justin Turner. He goes 1 for 4, brings home an RBI. Randy Arozarena goes 2 for 3 with the big home run. Almost second deck into left, and boy, did he give the Rangers and Andrew Heaney some crap over that. I can understand why Heaney might be a little upset there, but Randy Arozarena now 20 for 20. I believe it's his 4th straight 20 for 20 season. One of the only baseball players of all time to do that. So Arozarena, give him his flowers, but he kind of took the flowers for himself. He said, give me those. I deserve my home run trot. He took it, and Randy plays with some, my goodness, can't talk today. Randy plays with some flair, but that might have been a little too much flair. I don't know. It was borderline. Either way, great stuff to see for Arozarena. We've already talked about Garver, 3 for 5. Demo, 1 for 4. Luis Urias continues to show why he should not be on this team, 0 for 3. Mitch Haniger, he goes 1 for 4. Haniger's been sneaky okay since the All-Star break. Because, remember back in May, June, everyone was kind of calling for Mitch Haniger to be sent down or DFA'd or what have not. And Haniger kind of just been good enough where those rumors and those articles about him and all of the kind of hubba-baha, fans talking, kind of gone to rest. So good for Mitch Haniger to kind of silence some of those critics this late in the season. And then J.P. Crawford, playing the shortstop position, had a few really nice plays out there defensively and adds on a couple of hits. Great to see from JP. Trent Thornton and Eduardo Bazardo, they finish off the 8th and 9th, 3 strikeouts combined. Gives up 0 hits. The Rangers looked like the worst team in baseball today, when they're not. And that's a credit to the Mariners. So great stuff from them. Now, though, it gets my least favorite part of the video, or my favorite part of the video. It's when I tell you guys the score of the other games. And unfortunately, the Mariners didn't get much help today from a bunch of different teams. The Twins don't gain a game on them because they win 9-2 in emphatic fashion over the Cincinnati Reds. The Reds jumped out over the Twins in the top of the 4th, 2-0. But then it was all Twins, 9 unanswered to close out that ball game. So you don't pick up a game in the wild card. You also don't pick up a game in the AL West. The Astros leading the Angels 6-1 in the bottom of the 9th. This thing is all but over. So the Astros also win a ball game. We can keep going. The Tigers, I believe they beat the Orioles. Yes, they did. They won 4-2. So you don't gain a game on Detroit. But listen, this all comes with kind of a grain of salt, because you don't lose a game either. So I know it's frustrating when you win and you don't see any quote-unquote progress in the standings, but there was progress by not having your progress taken away, if that makes any sense. The Red Sox lose, so you gain a game there, but that's kind of the least of my concerns right now is the Red Sox. So, look, obviously great game. A little bit of a caveat. The Mariners don't gain a game on anyone. They're still 2.5 back of the wild card. And, yeah, they're still 4 back of the Astros. So, we'll have to see. The Mariners won 3 of 4. Look, I said on Wednesday, I believe, going into the Rangers series that you have to win 3 of 4 to keep yourself alive, and they did, and I think they are alive. But now you have the off day tomorrow, and then you got a kind of a tough set against the Yankees, who are playing inspiring baseball right now. Aaron Judge is looking like Aaron Judge again. It's going to be rough. You got 3 at home in Seattle, and I know it's hard to say you need a sweep against the Yankees, but realistically, you're hoping for a sweep. You need 2 of 3. Hoping for a sweep, need 2 of 3. Keep an eye on that. Tuesday, in my eyes, is a must-win because I don't see you losing Tuesday's game and then winning back-to-back. I just think the Yankees are too good of a team. I think you have to come out and jump on the Yankees. It's going to be 10 o'clock East Coast time. Maybe they're a little tired. You jump out and you win in Seattle, Game 1. Hopefully Game 2 and Game 3 go the same way. But I think the series kind of hangs on what happens in Game 1. So hopefully the Mariners can get that done. Then you got Rangers for 3. Ideally, you sweep there once again. I think you probably will have to sweep the Rangers there to have a chance at the AL West, because then you play the Astros for 3, and you have to be within 3 games of the Astros by September 23rd. So it gives yourself 8 days, 7 games to gain a couple games on the Astros. I think it's possible. The Astros have been playing really well, though, as of late. They've, at one point they had that big skid where they lost 3 straight to the Reds. But then since then, they won 2 out of 3 to the Diamondbacks. They won 1 out of 3 to the A's. But then here in Anaheim, they beat the Angels 3 times. That's kind of been the difference between the Astros and the Mariners. The Astros beat the Angels, the Mariners don't. And if that's the one thing you want to take away from this season, it's kind of true. The Mariners are 1-8 in their last 9 games against the Angels, and the Astros just sweep the Angels. So let's do the math there. Let's say the Mariners win 3 of their 3 more games. Let's say they go 4-5, a very modest 4-5 against the Angels. Now all of a sudden, you are not only knocking on the doorstep of the AL West, but you're also in the wild card position. And let's say the Astros drop 1 of the 3 games this series against the Angels. Now all of a sudden you're tied for the AL West. So I don't want to put it on one team, but the Angels, my goodness. Outside of the Astros, I hate the Angels more than every team alive. The Angels suck. They are so annoying to play against, and unfortunately, they've had a number this year. But I don't know why I'm talking about the Angels. The Mariners just beat the Rangers, and it wasn't close. 7-0. Mariners postgame show, NW Sportscast, Tuesday. Huge game against the Yankees. I will make a postgame show with my roommate, Milo. He's a big Yankee fan. We will talk to you guys then. The Seahawks had a big win. Go over to the Sportscast channel. Seahawks postgame show. It was posted about an hour ago. Huge day for Seattle sports. Mariners win. Seahawks win. Huskies lost, but whatever. We'll move on from that. And yeah, that's about it. See you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you made it all the way to the end of the video, because if you made it all the way to the end, you clearly liked it just a little bit. Thank you guys, and as always, go Mariners. See you, everybody.